I managed to turn new visitors who just landed on my website and hadn't placed any orders yet into customers just by showing a simple pop-up on my site, and I was able to drastically reduce the bounce rate. I didn't do anything complicated. I just created a welcome message pop-up that shows to new visitors of my website. But the template I built isn't just a simple welcome message pop-up. It uses psychological methods and techniques like OFU inside it, which turns it into a high conversion pop-up. In this video, I'm going to tell you why welcome message pop-ups are crucial for your website, what psychological techniques I used in my pop-up, and finally, I'm going to give you my ready-made template and show you how to add it to your site and be amazed by the results. So watching this video is highly recommended for you if you have an online store and want to increase your number of customers without spending extra money on advertising. Before I tell you what the OFU psychological technique is and why it's so awesome, I want to go back a bit and tell you why welcome messages are so crucial for websites in the first place. You've probably noticed that the number of orders placed on your site doesn't match up with the number of visitors you're getting, meaning you think with your current traffic, you should be getting more orders. Well, I gotta say, you're thinking absolutely right. The reason for this is that instead of focusing on customer acquisition, you focused on increasing sales, and there's a very thin line between these two that most of us miss. Let me explain more. With customer acquisition, sales increase happens. But with increased sales, customer acquisition doesn't always happen because we might be selling to our old customers. To increase sales, we can go after old customers, but to acquire customers, we need to gain the trust of people who've never bought from us before. Now here's the really important point. Our site visitors are usually new people who are entering our site for the first time, not old customers who've had the experience of buying from us. That's why we need to apply a completely different strategy to be able to convert them into customers. This is exactly where we screw up by focusing on increasing sales when we should be focused on customer acquisition. A welcome message pop-up, especially when built with psychological techniques like OFU, focuses on acquiring new customers, and that's why it has very high returns and is super crucial. If you search on Google for welcome message pop-up templates, you can see all kinds of different ideas and templates that are easily implementable on your site. But to be honest, they're not principled at all and won't have high conversion. That's why we're going to start from a blank page. Actually, I'm going to start from a blank page because ultimately, I want to give you the ready-made template I'm building so you can launch it on your site with just a few clicks. To be able to build a strong welcome message pop-up, first of all, we need to get familiar with the OFU technique. By the way, I personally invented this technique myself by combining 3 psychological techniques, and its name is a combination of the first letters of those 3 techniques. First technique, opportunity. People are opportunistic creatures, meaning they're always looking for a good opportunity to come their way. We're also going to gift new visitors to our website a good opportunity. Our welcome greeting to new visitors should come with a gift, and what better gift than a discount code or an opportunity to buy at a reasonable price? Our welcome message pop-up needs to contain a discount code, but please don't use those typical 10% or 15% discount codes. Most people don't know how to design an attractive discount. They just apply a 10% discount on their products and that's it. But professional marketers design discounts in a way that your brain can process them. For example, let's say a product costs $165 and we want to apply a discount on that product. Average marketers say 20% off. Professional marketers say $33 off. Our brain processes $33 in a fraction of a second because it deals with it on a daily basis. But to understand what 20% means, we need to use a calculator. Plus, our brain runs away from complexity. That's why 20% or 30% discounts don't grab people's attention. Whereas if we see the number $33 off on a regular product, our brain reacts quickly and says, wait, let me see what this is that's $33 cheaper than other places. Professional marketers might even say, make $33 profit from this purchase. Because like I said, people are opportunistic, especially when financial gain is involved. All these little details make one discount grab a lot of attention, while another discount has less return, even though both discounts have similar amounts. Professional marketers even act differently from average marketers in how they present discounts. An average marketer tells you, this product is $33 off, but a professional marketer tells you, you've received $33 in gift credit, and you can use it when buying this product. Honestly, tell me which one of these 2 offers stimulated your brain more. If you've enjoyed the video so far, I'd appreciate if you'd like it so I know I'm creating content in the right direction and it's been valuable for you. Also, if you have any questions anywhere or have any comments, bring them up in the comments so we can discuss them together. So up to this point, we've decided to gift new visitors a discount code, and this discount code must definitely be an amount, meaning $10, $20, etc., not a percentage. We also need to tell the user they've received this credit as a gift to use it. Now, you need to determine this amount according to your own business. For example, one business might have an average product price of $100 and want to give $10 as a gift. Another business might have an average product price of $1,000 and want to give $100 as a gift. Determine this amount. We can also create a limitation and say your order must reach amount X to be able to use this credit. For example, tell the user, bring your order up to $200 and use the $20 credit you received. To create this discount code in WordPress, just enter your site's WordPress dashboard, and from the left menu, click on Marketing and then Coupons. Click on Add New Coupon. First of all, remember your discount code needs to be completely clear so the user can remember it. For example, words like welcome or welcome 200, where the discount amount you're giving is included at the end, you need to set the discount type to fixed cart discount. And here, enter the discount amount you want to give. For example, $200. Then select usage restriction. And here, where it says minimum spend, specify what the minimum order amount should be for the user to be able to use the discount code. For example, I want to say they must buy at least $1,000 from me to be able to use their $200 credit. Turn this option on so the user can't use multiple discount codes simultaneously. Also turn this option on so the user can't use their discount code on discounted products. Also, if you want to restrict certain products or certain brands so the discount code doesn't work on them, you can enter them here. In the usage limit section, there are also two options. The first option says, how many times total can this discount code be used? For example, if you put 10, only 10 users can use it. We leave it empty so everyone can use it. But definitely set usage limit per user to 1, so each user can only use this discount code once. Finally, click on Publish. A very important point is that you must definitely do exact calculations on the discount amount or credit you're going to give so you don't lose money. Don't think at all that you necessarily need to give a high amount for the user to be stimulated, because our goal is more profitability. This strategy isn't supposed to make us lose money. All right, let's get back to the OFU triangle. Up to this point, we've created an attractive opportunity for the customer. So we should fill part of this blank page. First of all, for our own pop-up, we need a headline and a single line paragraph. Then our discount code, along with a copy coupon button, and finally, a CTA. Now, these elements can easily be turned into a beautiful pop-up that welcomes the user and gifts them a special shopping opportunity. But this isn't enough at all. It's true that people are opportunistic, but alongside that, they're also masters at missing opportunities. You might provide people with the best shopping opportunity, but for whatever reason, they don't use it. This is where we also need to give them that feeling of missing out. Second technique, FOMO, or fear of missing out. One of the most powerful techniques in marketing is FOMO. Actually, FOMO is the main reason campaigns like Black Friday are successful. Campaigns like Black Friday, along with providing a good shopping opportunity for people, also give them the fear of missing that opportunity. People are afraid Black Friday will end and they won't be able to get products with that special discount. That's why Black Friday is always successful. But if you put that same attractive discount on other days of the year, it won't be as successful as Black Friday. The credit we're gifting our audience needs to be valid for a specific period of time. For example, 59 minutes. And if it's not used in that time period, it becomes void. So we need to tell the user you only have 59 minutes to use your credit. This way the user feels the time shortage. And if they previously had the intention to search on more sites, they drop that decision so they don't miss the opportunity. And the third technique, urgency. Of course, using this technique might not be possible for some websites, which is fine, but for websites that can implement it, it can be very effective. We can suggest a product in our pop-up for the user to buy, but this product needs to have a few characteristics. First, its inventory stock should be limited or running out. For example, only 2 are available in stock. This way, we're reinforcing that feeling of missing out. Second, that product should work for the general users, not a product that's for a specific segment, or it can be a trending or best-selling product. By adding these elements to our pop-up, we increase the chances of it converting. Up to this point, I've been able to find all the elements that need to be in my pop-up, and now it's time to turn it into a real pop-up. I want to use artificial intelligence to design my pop-up. There are different AIs that help me design UI, like UX Pilot or Stitch, which was recently introduced by Google. I personally go with UX Pilot, so I write a precise prompt and introduce all the elements I have along with the details I want it to consider in the design, like color palette and stuff, so it can create a UI for my pop-up. This is the output from UX Pilot that I'm satisfied with. Now I need a professional and complete tool for building the pop-up where I can execute this pop-up. Well, honestly, considering the elements we have in our pop-up, it's really hard to find a tool that has the capabilities I want. First, our tool needs to have a professional builder where we can build the pop-up exactly like the UI. Second, it needs to have professional settings for triggering the pop-up to new users. Third, it needs to be able to recognize my products and automatically place a product that has low stock here, because I can't edit this pop-up every time and put in a new product. Fourth, we need to check the productivity of this pop-up and see how many people saw it, how many people closed it, how many people converted into customers and stuff. Notifal is a tool that gives us all these features so we can build such a pop-up. Professional triggering settings, integrated with Elementor Page Builder and Block Editor, which is for WordPress, professional analytics, the ability to use dynamic tags that automatically places one of the products that has low stock, and more. To install Notifal on your WordPress website, just go to notifal.com and click on Start for free. Create your user account, and in the License Manager section, create your trial account. Then go to the Download section and download the Lite and Pro versions of Notifal. After downloading, enter your site's WordPress dashboard, and from the plugins, add new section. First, install the Lite version and then the Pro version of Notifal. After Notifal is installed, in the left menu, Notifal gets added. Hover your mouse over Notifal so the menu opens for you, and then click on Connect and Activate to be directed to the Notifal site. Now here, just click on Connect and activate the trial license you created so the license connects to your website. After the license connects, you'll be directed to your own site and you'll see the success message. Now from the top menu or from the left menu, click on On-Page Notifications, so the list of notifications is shown to you. To create this notification with Notifal, there are two ways. Either you have to create it from scratch yourself and do all its settings, or you have to use the Notifal library and import what you want ready-made. To create a notification from scratch, click on the Add New button, or scroll down to see the Notifal library. Here, you can search for ID 91 to get the ready-made template I created for you. Then click on View Details and Import. Here, depending on the builder you're using, you can import. If you have Elementor, click on Import Elementor, and if you don't have Elementor, click on Import Block Editor. Then the notification gets imported. This is a sample that I created that shows to me as soon as I enter the site after like 5 seconds. But there's one big problem. Let's say the user closes the pop-up and hasn't copied the code either. What happens? We probably lose that user, so just a pop-up isn't enough. I found a solution for this problem. Look here. As soon as the pop-up closes, there's a top bar that's constantly in front of the user's eyes. It can constantly create that sense of opportunity and fear of missing out and multiply its impact. We just need to create a floating bar alongside the pop-up we're building, which is totally doable with Notifal. I've also placed the template for this pop-up for you, and you just need to search for ID 92 here and import it. So the video won't be too long and boring. I didn't include the step-by-step tutorial for creating notifications, although it's very simple. But if you wanted to add changes to the appearance of the pop-up and floating bar, just click on the Edit Notification button. In the Template section, click on the Edit Template button so the builder opens and apply whatever changes you had in mind. Also, if you wanted to decrease or increase the timer or change the discount code or texts, do it here. But how should we know these pop-ups are working correctly and aren't annoying? Or how do I know how many people saw it? Notifal's professional analytics easily gives you this ability. To check Notifal analytics, just click on Notifal from your WordPress menu and then On-Page Analytics. Here you can check different stats, like the number of people who saw it, number of clicks, conversion rate, close rate, and stuff. But just one welcome message pop-up isn't enough to convert visitors. You need to have different notifications that target different users simultaneously on your site, so the conversion rate increases significantly. Welcome message pop-ups target new users. But what about old users? Or blog visitors? How should we do lead generation? How should we build trust? How should we encourage users to add more products to their shopping cart? For each of these goals, we need to build specific notifications. For example, recent sales notifications or recent comments or Google reviews are great for building trust. Or scroll-based notifications on blog pages that, for example, show when 70% of the blog is scrolled are extremely effective in lead generation. Or exit intent notifications, especially on shopping cart and checkout pages, can reduce the abandoned cart rate. Also, to increase sales, you can use notifications that inform the user about discounted products, and thousands of other ideas that are completely implementable with Notifal, and their ready-made templates exist right now. And we're introducing them one by one on our channel. So if you're interested in this type of content, definitely subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next videos where we cover these topics. Also, if you implemented this welcome message pop-up on your site, write your site address in the comments so I can go and check it out and see how it was executed. Thanks for being with me up to this point. In the next videos, we'll cover more strategies and ideas. Definitely follow along.